snarl continues. Non-title tag team competition as the Big Cat Ernie Ladd and Ox Baker collaborate to try and defeat the Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Psychodelixx, the Freak, and Wild Thing. Wayne Tague.
And whoa, is the Grand Wizard of Wrestling heated? Since superstar Billy Graham and Jesse Ventura dropped the Legends TV tag belts to Jerry Lawler and Holly Race at Rage.
The following non-title tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, at a combined weight of 640 pounds, the team of Ernie Ladd and Ox Baker.
So he's looking for Ladd and Baker to take out some pent-up hostilities on the Freak and Wild Thing, a task that's easier said than done.
It's a problem because, well, we've seen Ernie Ladd and Ox Baker defeat the originals, too. So, you know, anything's possible. I mean, if they can defeat John Madden and Guy Cormier, there's always a chance for an upset with the Psychodelixx.
Especially the way all of the Grand Wizard stablemates have zero regard for the rulebook. Something the Freak and Wild Thing are capable of finding within themselves as well. This is gonna get ugly any way you look at it. Their opponents, accompanied by D. Luscious, at S combined weight of 467 pounds, they are WL Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Freak and Wild Thing Wayne Tague, the Psychodelixx.
Well, I guess Sylvia Strong sitting back with a cold one because D. Luscious has come out to join the Psychodelixx in this non-title matchup at ringside. And that is the significant other of Wild Thing Wayne Tague, a lovely young lady from the great state of Louisiana. That's a Cajun girl right there. I think it's just so cute. She rocking Wild Thing Wayne Tague's entrance vest to ringside.
The Psychodelixx at least comfortably secure in the knowledge that the Snarl Tag belts aren't part of the equation in this match, also being keenly aware of the potential in both Ernie Ladd and Ox Baker.
Along with the masked superstar, Ladd and Baker form the remaining two-thirds of what the Wiz refers to as the Triad of Terror. But this duo of destruction poses a serious enough threat, all by themselves.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they were looking to intimidate the Freak and the Wild Thing, they are going to have to go home disappointed because the Psychodelixx are damn sure not scared of Ernie Ladd and Ox Baker. And speaking of Mr. Douglas Ox Baker, he's going to start off the match for his team along with the Freak on the Psychodelixx side. Referee Willie Johnson rings the bell, and off we go. Ox Baker locks it up with the Freak, whips him into the far corner, running clothesline, takes the Freak down to the mat. Quickly back to his feet, Ox Baker. Trying for the tag, but brought down quickly by the Freak. Well, how about this right here? Prevented the tag. With this, baby steps across the back of Ox Baker. The Freak tags in Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Ox Baker just back to his feet. Wayne Tague catches a hard right, counters with a kick to the midsection, tries for the running kick and doesn't get it. This don't look good. Hey, look at this. Wild Thing counters it into a DDT from the cradle position. Not bad at all. Wild Thing with a snap mirror into a surfboard stretch center ring. Ernie Ladd, well, there goes Willie Johnson. Oh, man. Well, it's going to get a little chaotic from here. Wayne Tague back on his feet. Fails to connect with the right, locks up. Kick to the midsection for Ox Baker. Willie Johnson still in 9-9 time. Wild Thing whipped to the far corner. Clothesline takes him down as Willie Johnson regains consciousness, and Ernie Ladd comes in for the first time in this matchup. The Grand Wizard watching his boys carefully. Shoulder tackle. Takes down Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Tague slams head first to the mat. Ernie Ladd going for a quick cover. One. And just a one with the Freak right there to spoil the pin. Ernie Ladd rounds up Wayne Tague, locks him up. Wild Thing counters with the kick and clothesline. Takes the Big Cat down. Ernie Ladd catches an overhand right from the Wild Thing. Wild Thing with another overhand right. The Big Cat all messed up, trying to find his way into the corner. Here we go. Boom. Oh, man. Knee right across the face of Ernie Ladd. Ernie Ladd with the knee driven into the mat as Wayne Tague tags in the Freak. Ernie Ladd still laid out center ring. The Grand Wizard looking a little bit worried right now. The Freak whips Ladd over and out and onto the floor. Now he's going after Ox Baker too, but Ox Baker counters with the forearm as Ernie Ladd makes his way back inside the ring. The Freak with the big cat up over the shoulder, hung up off the top rope. Now the Freak with a series of headbutts. Oh man, he is a freak all right, that's for damn sure. The Freak pops up by Ernie Ladd, up over the shoulders of the big cat, about 6 feet 8 in the air. And oh man, the steamroller by Ernie Ladd. The Freak from behind with a hard forearm, whips Ladd to the ropes. Hard kick, then another, down goes the big cat. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tague, Ernie Ladd trying to find his way off the freeway, and there's his exit. Here comes Ox Baker. Ox Baker fails to connect with the kick. They lock it up. The Freak with a backbreaker on Ox Baker. And here, excuse me, here comes the Freak. That was Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Wayne Tague watching as the Freak takes down Ox Baker. And now, more baby steps from the Freak on Ox Baker. The Freak rounds him up. Series of short kicks. Ox Baker catches another kick. Hard right spins him around, goes behind the Freak with a clubbing overhand shot. Now going after Ernie Ladd again. Here we go. Feet to the bow brand. 10 shots across the chest. Ox Baker still laid out. The Grand Wizard definitely looking worried now as Ernie Ladd hits the floor and Ox Baker still hasn't gotten up. Ox Baker gouged in the eyes by the Freak. Hard right to the back. Ox Baker whipped to the ropes. Hard shot to the midsection. Doubled Ox Baker over. Look at this. Whoa! Short arm clothesline. Spins Ox axe over tea kettle. 1, 2, and only a 2. Ox Baker getting that right shoulder up. The Freak catches a hard right. They get locked up. A kick to the midsection from the Freak. Ox Baker up into a bear hug with the Freak. And here's the Wild Thing to break up the submission as the Freak delivers a series of elbows and shots to the head of Ox Baker. Charges in a running headbutt. Takes Ox Baker down. The Freak all the way up to the top. Decides against the high-risk maneuvers. Ernie Ladd is tagged in. Elbow from Ernie Ladd. Kick to the midsection from Ernie Ladd. Winds him up. Neck breaker drop from the big cat. The Freak counters with a kick. They lock up again. Elbows to the midsection from Ernie Ladd. The big cat with a clothesline takes down the Freak. The Freak steps out real quick. Ernie Ladd going on out after him. The Freak slides back into the ring. Wayne Tague going after Ernie Ladd brings him back into the ring. The Freak slides back out, slides back in. Total confusion. Oh, kick to the midsection from the Freak. Ernie Ladd countered by the Freak. Ladd whipped to the ropes again. Boom! Knee to the head and a kick to the skull, and down goes Ernie Ladd. The Freak firing on all cylinders here for sure. Ladd whipped into the corner. And the Freak setting up some here scoop slam. And now takes himself outside. Wonder what he's got brewing. The Freak rolls himself back inside. Ernie Ladd back on his feet. That might be bad news. Ernie Ladd whipped into the far corner. The Freak with a hard right. Makes his way to the middle rope. There's that clothesline off the middle rope. Cover. But Ox Baker right there to make sure that the pin don't hold. The Freak goes to town on the legs of Ernie Ladd. Elbows across the leg. As the Freak steps out, Wild Thing Wayne Tague comes in. Tague moves in on Ernie Ladd. They lock up. Up over the shoulders goes the Wild Thing. Referee Willie Johnson needs to get the hell out of the way. Steamrolled again by Ernie Ladd. Ladd trying to make his way out, but gets hung up by Wild Thing. Another tag prevented. Clothesline takes Ladd down. Wild Thing Wayne Tague locks him up, winds him up. Look at this. Boom, another neck breaker. from the Wild Thing. The Psychodelixx not doing too badly for themselves at the moment. Drives a knee into the head of Ernie Ladd. Now Wild Thing Wayne Tate going after Ox Baker again, much to his cost. Winds up getting a poke in the chops from the big heart punch specialist. Wild Thing Wayne Tate with Ernie Ladd by the scruff of the neck, head first into the turnbuckle. Here comes the Freak on the tag, and here comes a little bit of double team action. Boom! 3D. And down goes Ernie Ladd. Ernie Ladd counters, gets back to his feet. Makes his way out again. Another tag prevented by the Freak. Ernie Ladd whipped to the ropes and manages to evade the shot to the midsection, but gets tossed halfway across town. The Freak covers, hooks the leg, one. But Ox Baker right there one more time to break it up. The Freak going back to work on Ernie Ladd. Ox Baker back at his corner. The Freak rounds him up, slams him down, covers, hooks the leg again, and again Ox Baker right there to even prevent a one. Wild Thing catches a kick from Ox Baker. Wild Thing counters. Ox Baker can't get out of the ring, so Wild Thing shows him out. And Ernie Ladd has also been shown to outside by the Freak. All the way up on the top rope, hanging there like a vulture waiting for the roadkill. And here we go, boom! Clothesline right across the throat of Ernie Ladd. Ox Baker catches a backbreaker from the Wild Thing. The Grand Wizard decides he's going to take himself a little walk. He's been beat up before. Wild Thing Wayne Tate and the Freak going to town on Ernie Ladd and Ox Baker. Powerbomb from the Freak on the outside to Ernie Ladd. The Freak rolls himself back inside. Ox Baker back at his corner again. Not going to fall fool for any of the trickery of the Freak and the Wild Thing as Ernie Ladd makes his way back inside the ring. They lock up. Oh, the Freak with a quick counter. Inverted DDT to the big cat Ernie Ladd, slamming his head to the back of his head to the canvas. The Freak locks him up. Ernie Ladd counters with a series of elbows. Locks up the Freak kick to the midsection. Ernie Ladd sets up the neck breaker, gets it. Nails it beautifully. Ladd rounds up the Freak again. Standing drop kick from the big cat. That was pretty impressive. And here comes Ox Baker. Ox Baker tagged in. Starts raining right hands on the head of the Freak. Ox steps out. Ernie Ladd steps back in. Well, the tag team formula working a treat for Ladd and Ox Baker. The Freak makes his way back inside. Ernie Ladd right there waiting for him. Whips him to the corner. The big cat charges, running clothesline, takes the Freak down. We're halfway through this match with no winner. The Freak slammed headfirst to the mat. Oh man, Ernie Ladd just dribbling the head of the Freak to the canvas. Here comes Ox Baker on the tag. The Freak back to his feet. Whoa! Quick counter of the clothesline from the Freak. Ox Baker catches a couple of clotheslines and a drop kick as the Freak steps out. Here comes Wild Thing Wayne Tate. Ox Baker just back to his feet, charges, fails to connect with the kick. The Wild Thing sets him up, slams him face first to the canvas. Ox Baker on the outside. Wild Thing going after Ernie Ladd in his corner. Turns his attention back to Ox Baker. Ox Baker fails to connect with that kick again. Ox whipped to the ropes. Wild Thing ducks under. Whoa, an elbow takes Big Ox down. Ernie Ladd seeing the pretty birdies on the outside. Wild Thing Wayne Tate setting up Ox Baker here. Lines it up. Look at this. Whoa, what a slam. Face first into the mat for Ox Baker. Wild Thing covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Ox Baker had to get out of that one all by himself with no Ernie Ladd to help. The tides have turned in favor of the Wild Thing and Wayne. Oh man, here we go. Boom! Beautiful shot from Wayne Tate. Rebounds off the ropes on a spear. takes Ox Baker down, and he's not done yet. Look at this. Ox Baker getting back to his feet. Wild Thing right there waiting for him. And here we got another beautiful flipping slam from the Wild Thing, Wayne Tate. Tate covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, and Ernie Ladd just about saving the match for his team. Wild Thing and the Freak both going after Ernie Ladd. Ernie Ladd shown to the outside. Wild Thing turns his attention back to Ox Baker. Ox Baker counters. Baker whips Wild Thing to the rope. Power slam. The Freak on the outside. Scoop slams Ernie Ladd. Ox Baker with a hard right takes down the Wild Thing on the inside. They lock up again. Oh man, look at this. Oh man, nice counter from Ox Baker. Slamming the head of Wild Thing into the mat. And again, Ox Baker just pummeling the head. Wild Thing, Wayne Tate follows it up with a couple of stomps. And the Wild Thing is definitely in trouble. And again, Ox Baker absolutely relentless with them shots. Ernie Ladd busted open and making his way back to his corner. Ox Baker countered by the Wild Thing. Running DDT. And down goes the Ox again. The Freak comes in on the tag. Ox Baker laid out. The Freak rounds him up. Hard right spins him around. Quick counter from Ox Baker. And Ox Baker takes him down with a nasty clothesline. The Freak locked up a gouge to the eyes. And another running clothesline that takes the Freak back down on the mat. The Freak counters with a kick. They lock up. Ox whipped to the ropes. Rebounds off. Puts on the brakes. The Freak's right there to catch it. But Ox Baker counters with a nice judo flip. They lock up again. A nice headlock takedown from Ox Baker. And into a headlock, and he is squeezing for all he's worth. Wild Thing finds his way out. Ernie Ladd brought in on the tag. The Freak laid out center ring here. Ernie Ladd waiting for the Freak to get to his feet. Has him up over the shoulders. This is not going to be good. Boom! GTS knee to the head. Ernie Ladd covers. Wayne Tate saves the match for his team. Ernie Ladd going after Wild Thing. A hard right. Wild Thing stunned on the apron. And here comes Ox Baker as the Freak comes back in. Ox Baker charges. They lock up. The Freak whipped to the ropes. Another power slam from Ox Baker. Ox Baker covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and whoa, man, talk about your upset. Shut up.
The time, 15 minutes and 8 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, Ernie Ladd and Ox Baker. Double damn. I was naturally behind the Psychodelixx, taking control of things, and they tried. But it's Ladd and Baker coming up with an upset non-title win over the Snarl Tag Champs. This gives the Grand Wizard ammunition with the match committee now. And I bet it isn't long before Ladd and Baker are beating the drums for a title match.
Not very long at all, GB. Well, that's an upset win over the Psychodelixx. That wraps up hour 1. We'll be back with hour 2 of tonight's RWO Snarl when we return from the break. Stay with us.